First of all, let's play something when everyone's feeling a little bit. The world falling on me. And we're going to figure it out together. But first, break a smile. Everybody, even if you don't feel like it. We're living. That's the one thing. We're going to make some laughter. Even if we got to fake it till we make it. All right, come on. Let out a laugh. Okay, you want me to tell you a bad joke? I'm really good at that when I got to tune my guitars and make the strings break. I can tell the worst jokes. You'll laugh at just how bad it is. But, okay, so don't make me do that. Just laugh. Okay, let me see a lot of laughter. We're living. We're having laughter. That means we're going to learn to love. There will be no war. We'll talk about what it means to really live, what it means to laugh, what it means to love. And we are going to bring world peace to the most important place we can. Who said no jokes? Bernie wants some bad jokes. You want to hear? I knew these hippies that moved to Arkansas. One hippie said to the other hippie, "What are we going to do when we get to Arkansas?" He said, "Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to be in Arkansas." How do you like that, Bernie? You're going to have to send me the punchline. All right. Okay, see, we're laughing, we're living, we're laughing, and we're going to speak about love. And if the inside war is any different than the outside war, because man, the outside war is an expression of what's the war going on within the person. The same thing as the physical world is a revelation of what's happening in the spiritual worlds. And the spiritual is the physical, and the physical is the spiritual. And don't try to figure it out, because then you lose the beauty of being. Let's just be here, and we will try to at least just be aware to our own being. Let's go. Good. Stop your feet. Well, Lord, hear me calling now to you. Feel like the world is falling down and I don't know what to do. Yes, now, Lord, hear me calling. World falling on me. But I don't know what to do, Lord, and I don't know who to be. Sometimes I feel like a sinner, sometimes I feel like a saint. Sometimes I feel like I'm living, Lord, sometimes I feel I ain't. Yes, now, Lord, let me call it. World falling on me. Well, I don't know what to do, Lord, and I don't know who to be. Lord, hear me calling. Calling out to you. Now, there's a misconception that if you're feeling confused, there's something wrong with you. All right, raise your hand if anyone besides Lazer is feeling a little bit confused in the world, okay? All right, raise your hands now. Anybody else feeling a little bit confused about the world, about themselves? Raise your hands now. Okay, now, I don't see everyone raising their hands, so I'm worried about a few of you, because you know I only get worried about the people who have found themselves. Because you know, the only place that you find yourself is when you're lying flat 6 feet under. Until then, every breath should be a beautiful mystery. And we are infinite souls in an infinite world with an infinite higher power that is within, without. It is one. It is what it is. I am that I am. And that you can get confused that you are having confusion, where you are not confused. What you are is you are a human, and humans have the ability to be aware. They have the ability to be aware. That is our joy and our pain. It is our love, it is our hatred. Looks like you guys gonna move me like this. Does that help out? Okay. So if you're feeling a little confused, don't confuse yourself or get yourself down that you haven't figured out. Just realize to stop trying to think that the answers are somewhere else in some book. The answers are within you. But the biggest answer is that enjoy the mystery of not knowing. And you are completely human. But I'm jealous of all them people who know just what to do. Don't ask too many questions, just following the rules. Yeah, but now, Lord, let me call it. World falling on me. Well, I don't know what to do, Lord, and I don't know who to be. Lord, hear me calling out to you. 'Cause I don't know what to be, Lord. Feel like the world is falling down on me. All right. We're present now. And let's give ourselves just a few seconds to go inside. So everybody, just do your best right now to let the past and the future and the concepts and the figuring out and everything we thought of ourselves, let's just let it go for a little bit. So if everybody could just let that go a little bit, and then we can just feel alive. All right, we're alive. Let's wake up. We got the living, we got the laughter, and we're going to speak about the love that brings peace into the world. Said I love the day long. Oh yes, I love the day long. So I'm gonna smile the day long. It's 'cause I'm alive today. So I'm gonna smile today. Well, I can see the colors, I can smell and breathe. I don't need a lot of money, cause this world to see. Then like the colors, I can smell and breathe. Just wanna give it thanks for all the joy and praise. Said hallelujah. I said, hallelujah, singing hallelujah, 'cause I'm alive today. So I'm gonna smile today. That was a little slow. Don't wake it up now. If you're alive, you're living. And if you're laughing, you might be able to be given. Cheers, everybody. Living, laughter. Now, how are we going to get that love? The love that I have, or I want to be given. We know that the given part is the real living part. It gives the ability to laugh. If you're always taken and closed, you won't be able to laugh too much. You won't be able to live. You won't be able to love. So it really has to, this next song I'm going to sing is going to be the first single on a new album. We got a few albums coming out. Thank you for really all your support, and we're doing this together. I'm on little sleep today, so I might be perhaps less focused. I had a lot of gigs the last few days. I just want to say thank you to everybody who was so great to see some new faces and old faces all over. And it was just a wonderful thing and a real good time. And thank you everybody for sharing the podcast and the live feeds, and especially thank you to Ricky. She wanted for a long time. She's pushed me to do a Led Zeppelin song, so I went ahead and I prepared that. Thank You by Led Zeppelin. Been doing it at the shows, and thank you for everybody for sharing that video. Really appreciate that. And so, what's the best thing I could do for world peace? Because really, left, right, and central, I have so many people sending me, telling me their ideas about Russia and Ukraine and how they know what politicians are responsible for it and what's really behind it. And the reality is everyone's right and everyone has no clue. Everyone's right and everyone has no clue. That's the reality. And because the majority of people, very few people, you can't have a clue if you're not in tune with you. And what you are, the seer and the seen, is what you are. The seer and the seen is what you are. And so how many people, to actually be able to go inside and be connected to your being, to be aware of your awareness, very few people can do that, where they have a good grip of, if what the mind is selling me, the mind is the beautiful mystery. And in the awareness of the mind, in the stillness of the thought process, and in the reality of just being, that is when you are experiencing the seen and the seer as that one reality of which was, which is, which will be, which is beyond names, concepts, forms, institutions, religions, books. It is what it is. You can experience it, but you must go in, and it's hard to go in if the mind, which is also, it can be divine when it is aware of its awareness. But if it's the ego, it will be going externally, thinking that it's doing what's right when it's really only doing what's good for you. And that's why you start convincing yourself it's okay to hurt these people and hurt these people. And that is all coming from the ego. So you do it and I do it and we all do that on a daily basis without knowing it, the majority of us. And some of us take the time to go inside and watch the mind, see the mind, take the painful experience of saying, wow, I really don't like that ego mind. That is not you. That is a part of the mind that you have been a slave to, that conditioned tail. But you can surrender and be free from that. Now, to be surrendering, I don't consider it as what you might be thinking about. Surrendering, what I'm thinking about, is to understand that you cannot understand it. To understand that the beauty of not controlling and the beauty of being able to hear that inner voice of being and the mystery and know how to ride that wave. And that takes a lot of inside training. There's a lot of good doers, busybodies that are running all the time, and they just can't sit, and they think they're doing good, and some of the things they're doing are good, and some of the things they're doing, they just don't realize how much damage they're causing themselves and the world. So the best thing we can all do right now is make a decision that we're going to give ourselves in the morning, a break in the day, before we go to sleep at night, to see if we can just sit with our inner selves and be aware of the awareness. Watch the thoughts as they're coming and start becoming a master of your own mind, which is being aware of watching it, and there will become gaps of absorbing that inner divine that is your inner state when it's being. Now, many theologians and secular philosophers and all, the truth is, everyone is in different words saying the same thing. But man's ego has sliced up the pizza. We're those guys, we're these guys, this medicine is the only thing that works, that medicine is the only thing that works. And we know that hasn't worked, and that's part of the mixture of all the wars and the ego. But that's too much talking, so we're going to have to do a little singing. Let's go inside. This is Inside. I've been and what I've done. Lately I've been dreaming that one day I will find true love. Lately I've been asking, what is really going on? For hours I've been praying, one day where I'm out here in the wilderness, looking for my home. Somewhere in this loneliness, we are never alone. 'Cause where I am, that's where you are. The deepest oceans above the stars. And in my sorrow and in my sleep, I'm inside of you, and you are inside of me. Inside of you. Inside. That's a little taste of the new single. Hey, Ben, what's going on? Hey, John. We got everybody good to hang out today, and we have to know that if we hear a lot of news and we do a lot of talking and arguing and sending letters to our senators, and even if we go protest and stand outside the White House, or, you know, the how much good that will do, and how much you are really able to do that is really, it's a real, if let's like say if you were going to put your money on a stock, I don't know if I would bet on that stock. I don't know if I would put my investment in that. But if you were to take the time to understand that we are all connected, the world is one, and if I become more harmonious in my own being, if I myself can need less things, if I myself can be more at peace with myself, that is the greatest good you can do for yourself and the world, your immediate environment, and the far-ranging world. Now, there are many ways of people who they go around doing that, but the deepest way that I found, and I've been, many years on this path. This is about, it was many years when I was young looking for this. I had a lot of time fishing, a lot of experiences that caused me to face death and to realize that from the second we are born, we are headed to dying. And so we have to have this. We know that all truth, the greatest truths, are all paradoxes and cannot be put into words. But one of the greatest quotes I've heard lately was, true living is you have to live every day like it's your last, and you have to live every day like you're gonna live forever. So, we come into this world, the baby's crying, right? What we have to do is make sure we leave the world laughing. To leave the world laughing, you have to have done that inside journey of experiencing that which is beyond all of the titles and things you thought coming from the ego mind, and just be absorbed in that true self, that true awakening, that true realization, which is the goal of life, to realize what is my true being. And when the person gets there, they realize that whatever I am, that's what you are on the inside, in the essence. And it's only our differences become on the exterior. Let's play a little country guitar. I was, my buddy, great songwriter, my buddy Glenn, in Bulls Gap, Tennessee. He's always shown me his old guitars that he's finding, and I had to sell a lot of my guitars before COVID, and I had a buddy of mine that over the weekend helped me get in touch with some beautiful guitars that they sound really good, but he gave it to me practically for free. Jennifer's still here, enjoying this while she does the dishes. Jennifer, how's the weather down in Houston, Texas? I'll be coming back soon. I'm blessing Jennifer for everything she wishes, because she came back while she is listening, doing the dishes. Lazer, oh Lazer, what is it you're looking for today? What is it looking forward to today? And don't complain, 'cause it was 70 outside and sunny. But Jennifer in Houston, she says it's cold and there's rain. Me and Jennifer writing a song together now as I listen to you. What's up with Bruce? With my man, Bruce. What do you say? You like the sound of the guitar? Anyone know what it is? If I ever make it back to Bulls Gap, you'll see me at the bunkhouse with my buddy Glenn. I'm gonna play his national guitar, have a good time. I miss Bulls Gap, Tennessee, the bunkhouse, you and me. Does anybody know what this guitar is? Okay. Bruce thinks it's a Martin. Anyone else want to guess? The first one I was playing, he was right. If he's thinking about the first guitar I was playing, that was kind of a copy, old Japanese copy of a Martin. This one I'm playing here is a old copy of a Gibson Hummingbird. There your Mike said it there. It's got new strings on it, but it's got that old thing, Mike, of that old warm bottom. God don't make me no star. Just wanna pay my bills, help people feel like living without all the liquor and the pills. God don't make me no star. You know that ain't who I am. Just keep on sending them good people, family, lovers, and friends. And you know that I just want to live my life in a way that I can understand. Try a little more and more each day to know what it means to be a real man. That's a little taste of another one off of the new upcoming Lazer Lloyd singer-songwriter album. And we also have a real live guitar jam type album called B, which is going to have a couple new songs mixed with our own renditions of some Neil Young stuff. And then we have the Close to You album coming out, which I'm really, really excited about. It's going to have some matching electric tunes with the band that are going to be on in a solo way on the... Hey Amy, good morning. Alright, so that was this guitar. Let's try another one here. We're letting you hear all the guitars. Let's see if you know what this next one is a copy of. I love the sound of this thing too. Alright, anyone want to guess what this one is? Let's hear it toward the sound. I knew that, Jennifer. She's got some whiskey. She wants Black Betty. Mike, he's a good. He says copy of Gibson Dove. There you go, brother. Shh. She's a good copy, though. What do you think, Mike? Ben says, my hey, yeah. Let's do something from tomorrow. Never comes. This is real. Sometimes forever is just one song. Sometimes never, it ain't that long. Sometimes love feels like pain. Sometimes living, dying feels like living again. So when tomorrow comes, then we'll know better. Just like yesterday, feels like stormy weather. Today the sun shines, the skies are clear. In the darkest hours, we lose all our fears. And all I want is to live this real, with every word and thought, everything I feel. And all I want is to keep it real, wherever I walk, wherever I kneel. That's a little bit of real right there. And the realness is we have to absorb and take time to be aware of the love and the pain that is in the world, because that is a part of us. That's a part of our being. And so even though we want, there's a misconception in a lot of spiritual paths that the world isn't real. Now that's a confusing thing, because what is really meant in the shortest amount of time, we should focus on this, because we want to keep it real, and to keep it real is the focusing on what is real. What is meant by the world doesn't exist, it's not real, is the world is temporary, it's temporal. As just as we said, that you have to live every day like it's your last day, and at the same time live it like it's forever. And like when we said, a newborn baby comes into the world crying, our job is to make sure by the time we leave, we're laughing. So how do we unlock the secret to do that? First of all, we have to realize that it's not real, the things that about this world. It's just that it's temporary. It's just like a dream. Is a dream real or not? What do you think? When you have a dream, is that something real? Are dreams real or not? Well, dreams are real, but they're dreams. Meaning, you might have thought that it was happening for a whole long time, and you were convinced you were really there and that things were really happening. But then when you wake up, it was just a split-second illusion, something going on with the mind of this mystery that no one really knows in the inside what is going on there. But you don't really say it's real. But at the same time, how are you not going to say it's real? When you wake up, you said, wow, I had a dream. What did you had? I had something unreal. You had something that was temporal, that it was an illusion, was something that we don't know, but it gives us a glimpse of when you wake up to, wow, that was something I thought was so real, and now when I wake up, I realize it wasn't real, it was just a dream. That's what is meant when the spiritual awakened people are telling us that this world is an illusion. It's not really something real. It's something that you're creating in your mind. What they mean is, what you're creating in your mind is that this is something permanent, This is something to get attached to. And so the people who are suffering here are the people who got attached to this temporary thing without being attached enough to the real thing, meaning the permanent thing, which is our eternal being. And we can do that, we can get there. If we really yearn and we surrender to whatever you want to call it, the higher power, your teacher, your master, your guide, your inner being, your real you, then help is on its way. Well, I'm drowning in this ocean of sadness and fears. I've been drowning in these emotions now for too many years, but I hold on till tomorrow while I'm struggling through today. So now I keep hanging on, believing that help is on its way, and help is on its way. Yeah, yesterday help is on its way. Help is on its way. Help is on its way. Yeah, but you got to do it, man. And nobody can save you if you don't want to save yourself. You can take that horse to water, but you can't make him drink, 'cause you know only person can make himself is live in heaven or is live in hell. When someone says that I've been saved, out of humility, what they mean is, even when I thought I was doing it by myself, it was something else pushing me inside to the reality of why I was born and what's gonna happen after I die. There's a reason, there's a way. Everybody right now can be saved, and that awakening comes so fast, so strong, that to keep it going you gotta work hard, and it might take you long, but now one day at a time you keep checking out what's on your mind, and you got to ask yourself, am I not giving myself a chance? Stop lying, thinking everything I'm buying, everything I'm watching, everywhere I'm going is gonna make me happy. It's gonna make me feel in love. It's gonna make me feel peaceful. That ain't what you got to trust. You got to know that right here, right now. If you go inside and close your eyes, watch your mind, feel that right now that you are the divine. You're the seer, you're the seen. You can't figure it out, but you can experience everything. 47 days in isolation, Lazer realized that I was so far from myself. 47 days in isolation, that was the biggest present I ever received. Lazer Lloyd never thought he could spend not even just a few hours by himself alone in the room, let alone a whole day with not seeing nobody. But now I yearn for 47 days all by myself. And the light comes shining when you let it all just fall away, when you realize everything they've been messing up with your brain. All the books telling you they got it figured out, when they know the medicine I need is just, it's not coming from someplace out, 'cause it's in. Nobody writes a book about that usually, 'cause then you don't make a lot of money. You can't control people. You can't convince them to hate when they go in. And then you see that you are free right here. But when you're really aware and awake of how much energy and how much pain that mind, that monkey mind that makes you take, and you're a slave to your emotions. You've been a slave to society. You've been a slave to your desires, your fears. That ain't you, that ain't me now. I'm blessing everybody never to give up, to know that help is on its way. You can find it right now, right here today. If you take the time to watch the mind, you don't need to get involved with any concepts of sparks, holiness, unholiness. Forget about it all. It's all in your mind and you have no clue until you can sit there with the real you. Can you sit there with the real you? There's nothing to find, nothing to do. This world's gonna be a peaceful place when we give up nation, religion, and race, and you just begin to understand you're not really a woman, not a man. That's just as a little bit longer than a dream. You're something much bigger. That's your reality. To be free. If I would start telling all the BS about, oh, you know why there's a war, these people are to blame, and that country's to blame, and those politicians are to blame, and I really know the answers, then we get a lot of people would be falling to the trap of listening to Lazer Lloyd's BS for his own personal ego pleasure to convince you that I know something, where I am only telling you honestly that I know nothing and that you should believe nothing I say. You should just go into your own experiencing and throw everything they've told you until now to throw it away. And I guarantee there's some person out there today that's going to say, what am I afraid of? Let me give it a shot. Let me start all over again and not believe in anything until I experience it in my own being. Let me forget that I'm from New Jersey, that I'm English, that I'm Australian, that I'm Indian, that I'm Brazilian, and that's my name. Let me forget about everything I've been so brainwashed with, excited about, thinking it's the truth when I don't realize that the guy in the town over, he's been brainwashed just like you. And you're never giving yourself a fair chance to be on a level playing field, to experience your true being. And you have to fight to go back to the empty screen. So I'm just blessing you. Give yourself a few seconds today that turn into minutes next week, that turn into hours the week after, that become a silent flow of being in the mystery, aware of your own awareness. And in that space, that is where you meet the essence of what it is, of what you are. Don't give it a name, don't give it a title. Don't think that you can prove it to somebody. Don't try to sell it to nobody. Just give a little pointing to say, hey brother, this world is not going to survive all of our egos, which is the pandemic. Since there's been humans in the world has suffered the ultimate pandemic that has caused millions and billions of lives. It's called man's ego, that pushes desires, that pushes fears and his hatred, it keeps him in ignorance. And that's why he can't see all of existence as one whole. So get yourself the real vaccine that is needed for the most dangerous vaccine that we have been speaking about for many years, and we are now seeing it again roaring its evil head. The vaccine for the pandemic, which is ignorance and hatred, that is born from man's lack of connection to who he really is, and instead, like an animal, keeps running after one satisfying meal, one pleasure after the next, one confusion after the next, until he just wants to beat up on his brother, wants to take something that not his from another, actually convinces himself that something is his. Let me just tell you, people, there is nothing that is yours except those few moments of a silenced mind. That's when you leave all the BS behind. So just know that the greatest thing you can do right this moment is one person that's going to say, you know what, I came into this world bare naked crying. I didn't own a damn thing. I don't deserve a damn thing. What about even a burial plot? That's kind of messed up too. You're gonna buy a piece of the earth, you think forever you're gonna be buried there, and who the hell are you? I wanna go out of here naked, laughing, not owning nothing. We don't own nothing now. And we gotta be simplifying, going back every day a little bit more simple. What do I really need to make me happy? What do I really need to just experience the beauty of the unknown? Let it come, let it flow. Then we understand what it means, no mind. It doesn't mean no mind, because all the teachers that said only freedom is when there's no mind, and to kill the mind, they use their mind to teach that. What they mean is no ego mind. No ego mind, but the mind is divine. So take that ride, but only when you're sitting on it with the reins. And then you can let it go when it stops causing you all the pain. See if you can live this day like it's your very last, and at the same time live it like it's forever. Love y'all.